Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Full Potential Show. I'm James Rick, and this is your number one non-boring source for personal development. Today on the line, we have Ben Saltzman. He is a wealth coach to multi-millionaire entrepreneurs. We're going to talk about how to shift your relationship to money so you bring more money in with ease and flow. Boy, that sounds wonderful, doesn't it? This show is for conscious entrepreneurs, business owners, and intrapreneurs within organizations who want to make more money without giving up their values, integrity, or spirituality. And that just really resonates with me. So I appreciate having Ben on. Ben, thanks for being on today's Full Potential Show.
Hey, how you doing? It's good to be here.
Ben, let's talk about money.
Yes.
Right? It's a very relevant topic in today's economy, isn't it?
It is. People want more.
People want more, and it's hiding sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the relationship that people have with money that sometimes holds them back from getting it. That's the central theme I hear in what you do. Is that right?
Absolutely. We've got relationships that were put in place a long time ago, usually by our parents or authority figures, and that relationship to money dictates how much money you can generate.
All right, now, you know, I've personally gotten to know you and respect you and meet with you at some events that we've been to together.
Yeah.
And so I would like to dive into a few, I think, relevant issues and questions that always kind of like come up for me, and they might be like, you know, a little hardcore. So are you ready for that?
Bring it.
All right, man.
What you got?
Something you said at one of the events when you got up and spoke, and I really like this. What you said is that we don't have a money problem or a prosperity problem. I can't remember how exactly you put it, but you said it's not that we have a problem with wealth, it's that there's a distribution problem in the money supply.
That's right.
But you put it better than what I said.
Yeah. Yes, I did. And here's what I was saying.
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact.
There's a distribution problem in that there's enough money on this planet for everyone to be taken care of. There's enough money for us all to get our basic needs met and then some, to feel like we've got enough. The problem is that it's distributed, the proportions are all off.
Yes, and I concur 100%, my friend. So, and the reason why that's so important that we bring that up is because when I think about, you know, you can generate as much money as you want and it's your relationship with money and stuff, the first thing is that presupposes that there's something wrong with you if you don't have all the money you want. And I want to touch on these because I think they're hardcore important issues.
Yeah.
And you know, so people tend to think, well, if I don't have a lot of money, there's something wrong with me. What the hell is my problem? And then the second thing is that basically everybody can have as much as they want. And the main conflict that I have with that idea, and this is what I want you to touch on, because perhaps this has something deep to do with my relationship with money. The main conflict that I have with that is that the system itself is designed so that there are people in debt and there are those that are at the top leveraging those in debt. And it's the design of the system that has been put in place prior to many of people even being born to be a part of that design. And the reason why I say that is because you have a capitalistic structure, and we don't need to go all into it, but you have central banks that give out these loans, and that is how money gets pumped through the system. It's based on debt creation. And I think the ratio is for every dollar of positive money, you know, if somebody has $1 million, there's about $7 million worth of debt through the system somewhere. Right. And so I told you, I wanted to like dive in a little hardcore on this and say perhaps for the people that have that $1 million in positive income, it is their relationship with money that determines how much they can accumulate and what risks they take and everything else. But what about for those people that, you know, aren't out to be entrepreneurs or anything like that, but they're in debt because the system is designed to leverage those people so that because if everybody had as much money as they wanted, then, you know, basic work wouldn't get done until we get machines to automate that. So I've just given you.
So there's a huge divide on the scale here, right? There's this top 1% or 0.01% that has more money than the other 99%.
Yeah, it's an insane pyramid of wealth. Yeah.
About this. So that top 1%, and I'll be honest with you, many of them are my one-on-one coaching clients. So I know this group very well.
Yeah.
Right? So that top 1%, we have a tremendous amount of judgment about them and who they are and what they care about, and they sold out, and there's just a litany of judgments. I don't know what yours are, but everybody seems to have their judgments about them.
No, I think there are some real value adders that deserve to be there, and then I also think that there's leeches in the system, and I think specifically, and I'll just say in financial services, banks pushing paper, and getting wealth at basically getting money at no interest to basically then give you that debt at a lot of interest. So the
good news is that these people, and many of them, again, the people that you're talking about are my clients, are almost everyone that I bump into is going, hey, we think the system is broke as well, and we want to shift it, and we want to change. And as they work with me over time, they start to open their hearts and go, oh, I want to give. And they open their pocketbooks and go, here, I want to support this group. Here, I want to support that group. I want people to know that the people who have a lot of money are not just out there to make more and make more and make more, and that's the only thing they want to do.
And by the way, I just want to clarify, I'm not saying that having a lot of money automatically says that you didn't add value to get there. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is that the people that may be at the lower levels of the wealth pyramid, if you will, the system is designed so that there is a lot of people at the bottom of the pyramid, and there's nothing inherently wrong with them. So I'm not saying they're wrong or they're wrong at any point of the pyramid. I'm just saying.
Right. So here's the change paradigm. The people at the top open their hearts. They start giving more. I'm working on that. Believe me. Trust me. So then we work with the people who are the other 99%, the people who aren't generating multi-millions every year. And we do the inner work with those people so that they can raise their capacity to generate more money. And so these internal limiting beliefs, we start doing our shadow work around that. So the shadow is anything inside of you that you've seen and disowned, right? Anything that you've judged inside of yourself.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of money and abundance, there's usually some kind of shadow around greed, right? You've seen the part of you that wants to make more money, that wants to generate more, and you go, ooh, that part is bad, that part is wrong, that's not me, I'm not going to show that in public. Anything that we judge in ourselves goes underground and comes out later and sabotages your success.
Okay, and I'm with you on that. Yeah, so now we're talking specifically about the individual relationship with money. I just want to give that broad view of the system. There's nothing necessarily wrong with you, but I do believe that there are blocks of your being able to work within the system and make money, and this is where you're working now, right? I mean, the relationship of the individual within that system that we believe there are issues, but when you can be the person in the system that makes a lot of money, work with Ben, and then give that money and open your heart, right? That's part of your mission, right?
Yeah, we start to up-level the people's consciousness so they can generate more money, and then they can affect the system, right?
Gotcha. Okay, so it's an inside-out kind of thing. Inside, work within the system, make the money, open your heart, and change the system.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
You get enough people with enough money who are conscious, like awake.
Yes.
And this world is in a better place.
I agree with you 100% there. The amount of money that's at the top of that pyramid, it would just blow most people away to even just imagine one person could have that much wealth. But if you have somebody with that much wealth that is fully conscious, they become more of a shepherd to the great numbers of people that are at the lower levels of the money pyramid.
Yeah, as we evolve spiritually and emotionally, there's this kind of crossing over point, and we hit that point, and all of a sudden, it's not just about me anymore. I see a bigger world.
I'm with you, and so I agree 100%. So, and working inside the system rather than trying to work outside of it sounds like a very practical way to affect change. So I'm with you on that. So now that we've addressed that concern, because that's part of my relationship with money, is I'm always looking at the big picture and in the broader context. So now the individual relationship of money within the system is that we saw something in ourselves, greed, something like that we didn't like, we shut it off, it goes underground, it sabotages our success.
Yes.
How do we have a better relationship with money?
Right. So first, it's just like, let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth about the relationship that we have. And so for some people, we say, pretend that money is your lover. Right? This is your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your lover. Pretend that it's a lover. How are you treating it? Are you giving it the respect that it deserves? Are you paying attention to it, or do you ignore it? Do you push it away? Do you pretend like it's not there? how do you respond? What is your relationship with money, and how is it likely to respond to you? And usually people are like, it's not good. The relationship with money is not good. So part of what we have to do is get clear on what it is and start to shift that so that we can have a relationship with money where there's more ease and there's more flow with it.
So the question that comes up there is, the old biblical, it's the love of money is the root of all evil. And you're saying you're drawing a relationship to money as being like a lover.
Yes.
But there's got to be a healthy boundary there, right? Because I know some people that just love money to the extent of, and this is why I love what you say.
Yeah.
When you say to be an entrepreneur or the successful person without sacrificing your values or your integrity.
Exactly.
I think when you love it too much, you cross that line. So
it's not just love. It's like what? And that quote was all fouled up, by the way. That quote from the Bible is not true.
I want you to touch on that. Yeah, because there's a lot of people.
It's not the actual enjoyment and love of money itself is not the problem. The problem is if it just ends there, it's an empty world. You feel that? Like if I'm just going after money for money's sake, this is an empty drive.
Yes.
What we're wanting is people who are like, I want money because I want to do this. Because I want to help the SEALs. Because I want to get my unique gift out into the world in a bigger way. Because I want to have an impact with children who are homeless. Because you get the... So, like, what is it?
Yeah, money is the fuel.
What you want to do with this money so that then there's some fire underneath to start to generate it.
To generate, but then also I think I get that to have some people are so juiced about money and they're so smart about how they get it that they can do it for money's sake. But I get what you're saying. If that's your end game, it's an empty world. So having the two together, having the vision of what you want to do with it when you have it, is going to increase your chances of being fired up to actually attain it.
Exactly. So then we start to get into that shadow thing we were talking about earlier, right? As soon as you say, okay, I'm going to increase my capacity to generate abundance and money, all your demons show up to take you down.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the stuff that we've repressed, our shadow work, comes out at very inopportune moments. Like right when we're about to make the big sale, right when we're about to get the good job, right when we're about to up our game financially, your stuff around money and abundance shows up. And my belief after, taking thousands of people through the seminars is that it happens so that thing can get shifted and changed. So that belief or that structure or that block inside you can actually get healed.
Now, are you going to be most aware of it when you are at that point when it's about to sabotage you, or is there work that you do that helps you recognize where it is before it surfaces during that performance?
So most of the time it's totally unconscious, right? I mean, let's just be honest. Most of the time, we sabotage ourselves. We don't know why. Yeah. Look back 6 months later and go, why did I say that stupid thing or miss the appointment or show up late or blow that sale?
Or we could, are you also saying, and this is important because this ties back to what I brought up in the beginning, can you look at your current financial results and does that show you that you've been sabotaging yourself or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? I mean,
your current, you look at how money flows into and through your life, and that'll give you a very clear picture of your relationship with money.
And it has nothing to do with the system itself.
I mean, the system collaborates with you, so it's a co-creation. But on your side, the thing that you can do something about.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
and it's very important to make change and have an influence.
Part system, part you, and within the system, it is possible to generate wealth. It is possible to, and I believe this very strongly. It is possible to live frugally and financially free for almost everybody. Not everybody can amass, billions and billions of dollars because the system isn't designed that way. But if you aren't a victim to your money, your wants, your consumerism, there is a way to live frugal and free and yet still generate a lot of money so you can carry out this purpose that you talk about that's going to fire you up and cause you to need to generate more money than what it may take for you to survive as an individual.
Exactly. I mean, not as many people these days who are wanting to have a yacht and a souped-up car and a mansion. That's not the big drive. It used to be like that's what people were looking
down on a little bit now. Do you get that feeling like it used to be glorified, but now to be rich in excess is kind of like waste?
Right, exactly. So now people are like, all right, I want to make a bigger impact. I want to make a bigger difference. I'd like to have a nice car. I want to be able to go on vacations, but they're not looking for like mansions and, like that whole big American dream is shifting. There's a new, like, people's hearts are open, their minds are open, and they're going, I want to have an impact on this planet, and I'd like to have a nice life as well. Can we have them both? And so my answer is, yeah, you can have them both, but you got to do your inner work.
Well, let's talk about what some of the inner work is, because I know we don't have much more time, and I'm going to direct everybody to go to your website, and I know you've got a free course or video or something. They go to your website, and they're going to get a copy of that, right?
Yeah, there's the 5 Spiritual Laws of Money. It's a free video course at the website.
That's a 5 Spiritual Laws of Money, and they just go to the website to get that, Ben?
Yep. Touchedandtransformed.com.
And that website is touchedandtransformed.com, all past tense. So touchedandtransformed.com is the website to get that freebie. That is the 5 Spiritual Laws of Money video series. But right here, right now, Ben, with you, I want to just touch on what some of the things are that people can do when they walk away from this audio or this video, however they're getting this information, so that they can have a better relationship with money.
Yeah. So step 1, again, is just telling the truth. Let's be conscious. So write about what is your current relationship with money. How do you feel about it? Do you ignore it? Does it come in and go? Is it like a one-night stand? It shows up and it leaves. Is it like something that you're looking at from afar? Like, really, what's your relationship with money? And then how would you like it to be? Like, let's create an ideal relationship. Second one, where do you want this money to go? What is that why for you? Why do you want it? Like, what are you going to do with it once you get it? Can you get
what is the underlying motivation for having the money?
Yeah, can you get some clarity around that?
Yeah.
What's the underlying motivation? And then we've got to tell the truth about where we leak money, because we spend in very unconscious ways. We kind of spend emotionally, we spend because we're feeling empty, we spend, there's a lot of different ways that we leak money. And when we tell the truth about those, we're just kind of honest about how we're leaking money, then we can start to change it up. We can shift our relationship to it and have it move in with more ease and more flow. So for people who are on the line, if you're not open to do the in-depth work, just start with those 3 and you'll start to see a shift.
All right, and I just want to re-summarize those, and then we'll refer everybody to the website. 1 is to notice your relationship with money, personify it. A lover, one-night stand, whatever. What is the relationship with money, and get clear on that. 2nd, get clear on how you want to use it, why you want more money. And did I miss a step?
Well, yeah, then the second one, it's the first one also includes, like, let's create the ideal relationship to it.
Okay, what is your relationship and what is the ideal in number 1? Gotcha. Right. And then why do you want it? And in there, it's okay if there's personal reasons as well as global reasons. You don't have to be a financial martyr. You can enjoy it.
Right.
And you can have your global, because sometimes people say, I just want to have money to help people, but it's like deep down you have to honor the fact that you also want to enjoy it to some extent.
Exactly. Let's make it okay for us to enjoy having a vacation, to have some nice meals now and then. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to do this.
And you have to know that that's okay to give yourself permission to earn the money. Otherwise, it may not be as motivating to say, I'm going to go help the world when you're starving right now.
Right, exactly.
Gotcha.
And some people are like miserly, money doesn't like being hoarded. Money likes circulation. It likes you to be able to spend and give.
So that's the relationship. It could be like a possessive relationship, like you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So, all right, and then the third thing is where is money going? Because that's telling you subconsciously what you desire, what where, and you call it leaking, where the money is leaking out.
Yeah. What are your money leaks? Where do you leak money unconsciously?
Okay, because that's telling you what you're desiring, where you feel maybe even unfulfilled, and you're trying to address it with how you spend your money.
Exactly. There's rich information for you there.
Just really some great insights to walk away with, to really raise awareness and raise consciousness around money, which I know is the work that you do, Ben, and I really appreciate your clarification. I know we've had these conversations before, but I think it's good for everybody to. I know there's people that are thinking about the system in a broad context and also from an individual perspective, and having an understanding of both will, I think, give you the best relationship with money possible. So I really appreciate you giving some insight around that. Ben, where can people go again to get the free video series that you have?
It's touchedandtransformed.com.
Okay, the website is touchedandtransformed.com. This is Ben Saltzman. Ben, thanks for being on today's show, buddy.
My pleasure.
All right, man. Everybody be sure and check out the website, touchedandtransformed.com, and be sure and like and subscribe to The Full Potential Show so you can get more great insights from people like Ben and freebies that you'll only find right here on The Full Potential Show. Thank you very much, Ben. Take care.
Adios.
Bye-bye. Well, that concludes this week's episode of The Full Potential Show, your number one non-boring source for personal development. I'm James Rick, and if you want to get more positive programming for your brain absolutely free on a weekly basis, just visit fullpotential.com.
If you like The Full Potential Show, you're going to love the Full Potential Club. What would you like most as a Full Potential Club member? Be 2 to 3 times more productive? Do what you're passionate about? Have more energy? Reduce your work hours? Travel the world? Enjoy an amazing lifestyle on a frugal budget? What if you could do them all? James Rick has been there and done it in ways that few people have. For anyone serious about taking their life or business to the next level, you know you've got to do more than just watch. You've got to do. Join James Rick and other like-minded people for an incredible $10 a month at fullpotential.com/club. Be educated. Be empowered. Be the best version of you. fullpotential.com/club. Try it free for 30 days.